Welcome to Engine Adventures review of this 2021 Nissan Titan Pro 4X. Not much has changed from 2020. So if you've seen my review on the 2020, this one will be pretty similar. It is an excellent truck, comes with a lot of standard safety features. This one has a few options. Of course, that thing in the bed, sport bar or whatever they want to call it. There's only one engine option for the Titan, the 5.6 liter V8. I'll put the horsepower up on the screen, but I believe it's 400 with 413 foot-pounds of torque. Comes with one transmission option, a 9-speed automatic, and it is excellent. So we'll get some driving with that engine transmission combo, but really is a great combination. Probably the Titan's best feature, I would say. That engine and transmission just works super well together. It's really responsive, plenty of power all the time, and still gets decent gas mileage. I'm averaging about 15.5 real driving when I'm not testing and kind of pushing around, playing around, pushing the limits and stuff. You're probably pushing 17 combined. Maybe that's what the EPA estimate is anyway, 17 combined and 20 highway, and I think 15 city. So if you're driving carefully, you can easily get 17 or above, but since I drive a little more aggressive in the test vehicles, I'm going to be lower than that. Inside, this one's the Pro 4X, and they equip the Pro 4X fairly nicely, and this one does have upgraded packages inside as well. So it is dark, so hopefully this isn't too bad. Maybe it actually shows up better because the buttons are illuminated, but the screen is pretty nice as well. They updated it for the 2020. All the interior, this is all the same as the 2020, but it was updated from the 2019 and previous. So it's actually pretty nice, and it's a touch screen. You've got plenty of features on there. I'm not going to go through it all. It's kind of just your standard stuff. And this one does have the surround view cameras. So it's a tiny bit blurry at night. I don't know if blurry is the right term, but the quality is a little bit lower when it's darker outside. So right now it's not like super dark, but sun hasn't come up yet, and the cameras just aren't as good in low light settings. But other than that, I really haven't had any problems with them. And you can obviously just hit the camera button here when you're in reverse. I should have done it when I was there, but anyway, normal driving, you can do this. Once you get up to like 10 or 15 miles an hour, something like that, this will go away. The camera system will go away, but you can see your front passenger wheel. And then when you're in reverse, you can also hit the camera button, same one, but then you get this one, which is a full screen of the rear camera. So when you're hooking up a trailer, that just makes it a little easier. Now that the sun's out, you can see the cameras just a little bit better. Like I said, it gets a little pixelated or lower quality when it's dark out, but when it's sunny or bright enough, at least, it's pretty clear. This particular one has heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats. I believe they all have the trailer brake controller built in, which I love that. If I'm going to buy a truck, I will definitely have that built in. The factory ones work significantly better than the aftermarket ones, as they can adjust the gain based on how hard you're pushing the brake pedal, not on accelerometers, not on a timer. It's just based on how hard you're pushing the accelerator pedal, which makes a big difference. Still has the same 2 tray thing here that you can pop these trays out, and there's storage underneath them. Large center console. My lunch is filling it up today, and then it has that tray on the top, and then we have the window sticker in there that we'll go over in a minute. 12-volt power outlet here, USB-A, USB-C, and that's all on the front for power outlets. On the rear, we'll take a look at that in a bit. Just your normal stuff here. Glove box. I won't get the owner's manual out, but if you're going to set up a weight distribution hitch, don't follow Nissan's instructions. For a lot of hitch companies that will overload their hitches, if you do want correct instructions, the equalizer, fastway trailer stuff, those are really good. Ram has a different set of instructions that I really like on their owner's manual. Ford's is pretty good as well. They tend to go a little bit lower on the amount of weight distribution, but that still should work. Anyway, on this one, just don't follow these instructions. Follow the ones from either your hitch manufacturer, or for the best ones, go to Equalizer Hitch. They are like the oldest in the business, and a lot of people have copied them and copied them incorrectly. So if you're gonna do it right, check them out. Over here, this is the fog light button, and as we talked about, that doesn't actually work as fog lights. These are an extra set of driving lights because you have to have your headlights on. You can't have it in the running lights position for the fog lights to be on. The 120 volt outlet for the inverter, power on right there. Those are just the lights in the bed. We'll get to those in a minute. Downhill assist, rear diff lock, and this is where you change the lights. So I don't know how much of this we've been picking up, but that's where the dial is to change the angle of the headlights. This is as high as it goes, and as you adjust down, that's level 1, and back to start 0. So when you're fully loaded, I guess this is actually level 3, you know, are loaded heavy, the back of the truck is weighed down and the front is not as much. It changes the angle of the truck and points your headlights up. So in a lot of Nissan vehicles, you can actually make adjustments for that, which is pretty cool. So then you don't have to be blinding oncoming traffic. Another thing is, let's see if you can see the fog lights there. That's off and on. If I switch over to the running lights, I cannot turn the fog lights off and on. So, like all the other Nissan vehicles, you don't actually have fog lights, they're just an extra set of running lights. Plenty of room. I sit actually pretty close to the steering wheel. Less fatigue when you're off-roading and stuff like that, a little bit easier to drive. But I can easily fit behind me. So if, you know, 2 people 6 feet tall can sit one in front of the other with no problems in this. Traction control is really quick to turn off. You don't have to wait, you just hit the button once real quick and it just turns on and off. I love that. Makes it super easy to have a fun time if you want. And I did just climb a hill, traction control on. It kind of cut the power so much that it wasn't able to do it, but we'll get into that in the off-road section. Let's climb in the back, then we'll shut it off and take a look under the hood and around the outside. So as I mentioned back here, tons of space. You get 2 map pockets on both of the seats. Just a window switch here, and then maybe I need the light on. Does that help? Not much. Let me try this other light. You do have heated rear outboard seats, so sorry this video is a little bit lower quality because it's so dark out, but anyway, the outboard seats in the rear are heated. And then you do have USB ports, a 12 volt, and the 120 volt power outlet there. A couple cup holders here. The center armrest does fold down for 2 more cup holders. And then these seats, I'll have to jump out and show you that. Both sides fold forward, which gives you access to the anchor for a child seat right here. But it also gives you a little bit of storage down here on the bottom. Again, that's dark. Let me get out my phone and light that up. So there you go. There's a little bit of storage back there. Not for a lot of things, but you could throw a strap or something back there. Or, you know, whatever. Anyway, some tools. Underneath here, you get kind of a similar system to the Rams. Excuse me, this folds out. So for a flat load floor, this gives you a lot of room so you can move your seat back if you want, but it's also, excuse me, it's also lockable. So you can store items you want to keep secure in there. And it's all the same on the other side. And underneath here is your tire changing equipment, your jack and tools for that. So, and then to lower it down, you pull this handle and it drops right down. Oh, gotta close that first. Okay. In the bed, well, let me open the door. You can see those lights there. This one has this sport bar or whatever with the lights on top, but also the back of the cab has those lights, so not a big deal. If you don't have the sport bar, there's still plenty of light. In here, you see those lights in the corner, and they're kind of like hidden, but they actually light up the bed fairly well. And then once you open your tailgate, they light up the tailgate as well. On the front, well, back of the bed, there's that power outlet there as well. These tracks use the same clips as these, so you can move these anchors down here if you need them. And of course, you can move these up to the front rail all as well. Plenty of options for tying things down there. All this stuff standard. The hitch, you get the 4-pin and 7-pin connectors. Optional here is the bed step, which I like. Off-roading, it's kind of a point that's prone to getting hit, but for climbing into the bed, that's a nice feature. These steps are aluminum. They're pretty sturdy. They can take small hits. Definitely wouldn't rest the weight of the vehicle on them. They're not rock rails or sliders or anything. So there you go. There's that V8. And it is pushed back just a little bit. The back of the engine goes clear back underneath, but there's plenty of room. You know, pull that plastic cover off and it gives you access to most things in there. This one is a direct injection engine. I think by now that they've figured out the carbon deposit stuff, so it might have port and direct injection to help clean up carbon deposits on the valves. But overall, like I said, I love this engine. We'll get into that in the driving section. But this engine and transmission combo are just amazing. I love them. Here, looking at the window sticker, the base price for a Pro 4X is $50,000. This one has the utility package, Pro 4X utility package, which adds in the parking sensors, the outlet, 110-volt outlet in the bed, and then the LED bed lighting, the power sliding window on the rear, the 12-speaker Fender audio, trailer brake controller. There you go. It's not standard. It is added in. The locking tailgate, proximity headlamp and cargo lamp activation. So as you walk up to the truck without unlocking it or anything, it will just turn on the lights for you and make it easy to see. And then that rear utility bed step. And then there's, that one's $2,190. And then there's the Pro 4X, which convenience package, which is $3,390. Leather seats, the power seats, heated front seats, and the heated rear seats, heated steering wheel, the auto entry driver seats. So when you open the door, when the truck's off, it'll slide back. You turn the truck on, and it'll slide back forward, making it easier to get in and out. It does have remote start, and just a bunch of other, I don't know, the intelligent round view monitor. That's the 3D or 360 camera, not 3D, and trailer light function test. Does have the moonroof as well, and it's still iced over. I can't believe that. So there you go. Lights up the whole way back. Gives you a lot of open air feel. I do like the large moonroof sunroofs like that. And then those side steps are $1,000, and the illuminated kick plate right there that says Pro 4X, $350, and the sport bar is $990. So you could save, you know, this is, and then the destination $1,500 brings total to $61,000. So you could get this down to below $60,000. And then one thing about Nissan is that you're able to get some pretty good discounts sometimes, which makes these trucks more of a value buy, a better purchase than getting some of the competitors, because the discounts are so high often on the Nissans that you can get a good deal on a Titan. And it's a great truck overall. And honestly, I have really loved driving this thing, if for nothing else, that engine and transmission. Everything else is good. The seating position's fine. The handling is actually really good too. It just feels pretty stout. It can tow. I'll put the actual rating up on the screen now, but it can tow pretty well. And you know what a half-ton should be towing, this can tow in that range. The payload, we can look actually right here at the payload. This one's got a bunch of options on it, but payload capacity is 1,267 pounds. And then the gross vehicle weight total, 7,300 pounds. All right, 0 to 60 run uphill, no brake torque. I'm just gonna flat foot it, full throttle. $60. So I love the transmission. It shifts real smooth. This thing just takes off pretty well. I mean, like I said, there's no brake torquing on that one, so it just flat foot, full throttle there from a stop. Pretty quick. Not the fastest truck there is, but it's still a very quick truck, powerful. You can hear at speed, it's fairly quiet and fairly smooth. You get into the cement expansion joints, and it gets to be a little bit more bumpy. For some reason, pickup trucks really hate those expansion joints on the cement, but in the case of this truck, it's similar to all the other half-tons. Now that we are up to speed, you know, freeway speeds, we're going 70, 75 right now, and you can hear how much road noise there is. It's actually quite minimal, and some of that's coming from this roof. It's nice, the cover there does provide a lot of sound dampening, but the sunroof, moonroof isn't as quiet as having the normal, you know, without that on there. But this is pretty quiet, pretty smooth. This is an easy road trip vehicle. Load up your family or your friends, whatever, all your gear. It'll have a little bit of weight in it that will smooth the ride out, and it'll just cruise down the highway, no problem. Be a very, very capable truck. Thanks for watching Engine Adventures review of this 2021 Nissan Titan. This is a great vehicle overall. Quite enjoyed driving it for the week, and the engine and transmission combo are so well tuned. Just a great driving experience. This truck's pretty capable off-road, especially throwing four-wheel drive low, and the Nissan, now I can't remember the name of it, the brake force distribution or whatever Nissan calls it. I'll have to put that up on the screen because I'm just drawing a blank right now. Anyway, the system that brakes the spinning wheels works really well in four-wheel drive low, but then you've also got the rear locker when you're in four-wheel drive low. Makes this thing extremely capable. It's a great truck for, you know, those getting out. Maybe you're towing a trailer to a campsite, going fishing, going hunting, and get into some bad weather, or just need a little extra traction to make it up a hill. This is a great vehicle for that. As far as a toy that you're just gonna go burn through the desert with and run through the sand dunes or whatever, not as great of a vehicle for that, but can still get you there. Anyway, let's go ahead and close this out. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post new videos. And if you didn't like it and give me a thumbs down, be sure to comment and let me know why. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.